Hi, everybody. This is Arik Johnson, founder and chairman at Aurora WDC, and I'm speaking today with Mr. Rich Caldwell from Northrup Grumman. He's our co-chair of the RECONVERGE G2 conference happening in Madison at the Fluno Center, April 22nd through the 25th. Rich is coming back after being co-chair in the 2018 meeting, and we're very excited to have him co-leading the chairman opportunities and ideas with Mandy McLean from Xcel Energy. Hi, Rich. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. You can see I'm all pumped for this year's activities. So
You're very on brand with that. I see you've got the commemorative T-shirt from the 2018 meeting on, and thanks for that. That's awesome.
yes.
Well, Rich, tell me a little bit about what your most sort of fond memories are from last year's symposium.
Well, I really enjoyed collaborating with leaders from the other industries. I particularly remember talking with Doug Barton quite a bit about his business, and I had an opportunity to work with Dan Brewer on the War Game. We kind of co-led that, and I sure learned a lot from him. But just getting out there outside my industry and learning from other people was an outstanding opportunity for me.
That's awesome. Tell me a little bit about your team. You're bringing a small team to the G2 meeting this year, and I think your son is in there too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so we are a team. Northrop Grumman will be there. We are in the improvement process. We call it Black Hat 201, but we're looking at taking things to the next level. And I thought this would be a great opportunity, bring a small team in there to kind of fine tune some things and take a look at stuff. And then we've discussed some stuff in the past, and I think there's some opportunity here to really take our game up a next level.
It's awesome. So what is it about the 2019 meeting that you're sort of most looking forward to?
Well, I really looked at the process here about how we're going to look at what challenges us. You know, we really want to get our kits up front, fine-tuned, that really produce some value for us. In the past, we would just list our kits out there and go run. But I really like this thing about control factors, what we control and what we cannot control, and how we are going to communicate that somehow through our processes to our capture leads. So when they come up with their value propositions, they know what they can do, what's valued to the customer, maybe what isn't valued to it. It's just a higher level and a degree of, I think, customer and stakeholder analysis that we haven't done in the past. So I'm working on that with the team. We're kind of pushing through that, and I know that once we sit down in an auditorium and start talking with each other and people from outside the industry, the light bulbs will go on, and we're gonna have a great time.
Awesome. So you mentioned control factors. Control factors are kind of the theme of day one, the inquiry day. What factors do we control? What factors does no one control? And then what factors do others control we might be able to influence? Now, obviously, that's got to be connected with the superiority criteria that the market is telling you will win. So satisfiers, drivers, and disruptors are really the programmable part of the growth curve there. Any thoughts about that, or particular growth strategies that, and how that connects with Northrop Grumman?
Yeah, so our market is changing quite rapidly. I'm in the defense industry basically, and federal industry space. And in the past, it's just been RFP, drop, bid on it, RFP, drop, bid on it, and they've realized that that doesn't work for them. So now they're looking at new ways to do acquisition, new ways to develop things. Our technology lead has, fallen in the past few years, and some of the ways that we're going to be doing that is looking at a commercial model. So now we have to change how we provide our opportunity statements to them and what kind of drivers and satisfiers. We're trying to work those conversations in with the customer, where before they would just give us a 300-page written list of requirements. Here you go. Whoever's technically acceptable, low price is going to win. Not anymore. Now they're looking at those drivers and satisfiers and things that they need to do to keep a technological edge.
Fantastic. Any final words for people who are kind of on the fence about thinking about coming to Madison? What do you think will tip them over into the win category to get them to come on down and join us in April?
Yeah, so here's an opportunity to sit down with leaders that are supercharged, type A's that really want to do well in their industry. And there's so many ideas floating out there. I'm still going through last year's notes and implementing things that we talked about. I have to do it a little bit slower than most industries, but they're really going over well for me. I've taken things to my team and said, hey, I learned this from last year, and this is how I translate it to how we can use it. And they're saying, where did you get that? Where did that come from? That is so neat. And I said, I got it from RECONVERGE. So, the things that you're going to get is not just at the end of the week, you're going to feel like, hey, look, I learned a few things. You're going to be sitting there for the next year going, I have an idea that I learned there. I think I can implement it now, and this is what I'm going to do. So, I walked out of there refreshed, recharged, and ready to go. RECONVERGE, refresh.
Well, and you made a lot of new friends as I think our friendship deepened as well together there. And that's a big part of, why we do the meeting, is to really have that network of peers and professionals that you can turn to with questions and ideas. And then also for you to have an opportunity to help others too, which you've definitely done as co-chair now in your second year, Rich.
Thanks.
Thank you. Well, we'll be seeing you the week after Easter at the Fluno Center in Madison, Wisconsin. Monday, April 22nd at noon, we'll be kicking off. We'll take you through 4 days of inquiry, insight, intuition, and influence, and ultimately send you guys back home at noon on Thursday that week, hopefully with a plan on how to program your growth strategies in a more intentional way and make intelligence a real contributor to your organization's growth strategy. So with that, Rich, thank you again. Thanks to Northrup Grumman for sending you and your team out to Madison to join us. I hope you have a great rest of your week.
Thanks a lot. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see you soon.
Awesome, Rich. Bye-bye now.
Bye.